Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and today we're going to look at a cheap and easy spotlight, okay, for your lighting. Recently, I was at the Real Rails Model Train Club's train show in Palmetto, Florida, at the Bradenton Area Convention Center, and I picked up a Woodland Scenics flag, and for the post office, all right, because we all know every post office has to have a flag. Well, if you're gonna have a flag and you're gonna fly it at night, flag etiquette mandates you have to have it lighted, and the Woodland Scenics flag does come with this little spotlight, okay? And I got to looking at this thing, and it's made for their plug-and-play system, lighting system, and not to fault it, it's an easy to use system, and if you're not familiar with how to solder and do your own lighting, it's by far the easiest way to go. That said, I don't utilize that. I have a 12-volt bus line around the layout, actually two of them, one for phase 2, one for phase 1, both on photocells, so that when the lights go off in the room, the lighting to the layout comes on. All right. And I did ask Woodland Scenics, will this work on a 12-volt bus line if you use a resistor, et cetera, and they said, no, don't do that. Buy the terminal for the plug-and-play system or plug system, and go that route. Well, yeah, they want to sell their system. I don't want to do that. Okay. So I went ahead on Anfield in the Road, Lee's live stream last Sunday, and played with it to try to see if it'd work on my bus line system, and no, it won't. So it popped the LED in here, and it's got a tiny LED in this thing. It's less than 2 millimeter, and from what I've read, the complaints were it's not bright enough for a flag, any distance away from the flag, etc. And that's fine. I wasn't going to go that route anyway. I was just playing around with it. But all it is, it's the mini, like I say, less than a 2 millimeter bulb, and put into a hard jacket piece of styrene, it looks like, and then shrink tubed in place. Well, we can make one of those super simple. If we look, I always keep a supply of different things. All right, and one of the things I keep a supply of are let's go there. Okay, one of the things I keep a supply of is 5 millimeter bright white LEDs with pre-soldered resistors. Okay, and it makes easy to take some shrink tubing. I keep multiple size shrink tubing around, and one is like 5 millimeter before you shrink it, and it just, it's tight, and I could make it work, but I don't want to do that. I'll go with the bigger one that slides down and work it that way. And just all I got to do is cut it to size, and the more of a spotlight you want, the longer the piece of shrink tubing should be. So it's relatively easy. It always helps when I have the right camera going at the right time. All right, and so here we go. We're back, and so I've got this linked here. I'm going to cut it in half. All right, and keep in mind, I've already made one of these, okay? And have it mounted in place. But we're just going to cut this one in half, because that way I can make 2 spotlights if I want. And the one I'm making now is going to be an extra. Okay? So, I just have it right like that. And you can't see down in there, but the bulb's there. And basically half of this length is just hollow tube. Okay, and I've got my I've got the soldering iron heated up, and I'm just going to melt this down, shrink it in place without burning my fingertips, which is always a challenge, right? By shrinking it in place, it will lower this down just a little bit. All right, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Now that'll control the beam itself and how much of it how tight it will be. All right. And that's all there is to it. It's ready to go. It's ready to just pop into place. So, let's go put the flag over on the post office, all right, and take a look, because I've already got one identical to this wired in place. Hang tight. It's up pretty good, especially in daylight. All right, I say daylight with the windows, with the lights off in the room, but still daylight. Still lights it up pretty good. About a quarter a piece to make one of these spot lights. It's cheap, easy, and effective. All right. With that, I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and y'all have a great day. Bye now.